Welcome to New Perspectives on Assessment, where you will capture your students' growth on the mathematical landscapes with just some clicks and some picks. After you sign in, you will see a blank landscape. The button on the top left is your menu button, the one with the 3 lines. From the menu button, you are able to access and view the data and information about your classes, students, groups, and landscapes. From the menu button, you can add information and edit information. This video will show you some of the highlights of the app. Soon, there will be separate how-to videos for each feature. But first, let's begin now so you can see everything that New Perspectives on Assessment can provide you. First thing you're going to want to do is add a class. To add a class or a student or a group or a landscape, you click on the plus button. That's always what you'll push to add something new. We suggest starting with the class first. So you can title your class whatever you want to title it. It could be grade 3 in the morning, and you can select the grade. From this point, if you push save and add a class, that means you're going to add another class, and this one will save. I'm just going to save and return, so I've added one class at this point. Now I've added my class, and I'm going to go back to the menu button, click on classes, and by going to the drop-down arrow, you can see I have 2 classes entered. Mrs. Becerra's class was entered previously. The grade 3 AM class, by clicking on it, I see that I don't have any students in this class. So I'm going to X out of there, and I'm going to add a student to the class. So I'm going to click on the plus button by students, and then a box pops up where I can add the data for the student. I'm going to add the first name, Jill, and the last name, or you can just do the last initial. I just want to point out that you need to put the first and last name in there in order for the student's data to be stored. And I'm going to assign the class, the one I just made. You can give a nickname to the student if you want. You can keep the avatar for the blank student, or you can click on take photo and actually put the photos in there. You can take a photo from your photo stream or from your camera roll, something you already have. You can also take a picture right on the spot, and I'm going to do that now. Since I am not in my classroom, I don't have a student to take a picture of, so I'm going to just take a picture of this book, and we can all just agree that it is Jill. So I'm going to use the photo of Jill. I have her first name, last name, her class, her photo, everything I need. I'm going to click Save and Return. If I wanted to add more students, I could click Save and Add. By clicking Save and Return, it will take me to all of the students I have. So far, I have 5 students. I could click on Class and sort them that way. You see the 4 students I've made previously. So from here, I'm going to X out of the student box and go back to the menu button. And I want to show you how you can add a landscape. So I'm going to pull up Jill, who I just created, and go to Landscapes and Groups, and I can click on the drop-down arrow and add in multiplication and division. And then right off the bat, an individual landscape for Jill pops up with her name in the upper right corner. All of the landmarks are here for Jill. From this spot, you are able to take pictures and videos and take notes. You can capture your students' learning journey on the landscape just with some clicks and some picks. To show you a bit more about what it does, I'm going to go to a landscape I've already started. Emily's landscape in the Mrs. Becerra's class. I'm going to open it up, multiplication and division. Landscape for Emily has all of the landmarks in here for the strategies and the big ideas and the models. If I wanted to capture her journey on this landscape, all I would have to do is click inside of one of the landmarks. Now I've done this already for skip counting, which is why it is green. I'm going to open it back up just by clicking on the inside of the rectangle, not on the actual word. You can see that I've already captured a video and a picture of Emily skip counting. And I've already captured some notes about it. On July 8th, I have that she was skip counting by sevens. I'm going to go back to her landscape by clicking on Return. I've already captured information of using the array and unitizing. I'm going to show you how you would do this, how simple and easy it is. I'm going to do it with doubling and halving. So let's say I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm going to just click on the term doubling and halving, and a definition pops up right there so that I know exactly what it means. I'm going to X out of that and click on an empty space in the box to open up where I want to capture my information. Now, I can take a picture or a video of Emily doubling and halving. And as you know, I'm not in my classroom, so I'm just going to click on a picture I already have. And let's say that Emily and her partner were doubling and halving, and that I really want to comment here so that I remember that doubling the 7 was really a top-notch skill for Emily and her partner. I know that's something they've been working on. Rather than writing that on a post-it or making a photocopy of their work, I can just type it in, click post, and it pops up. I'm going to hit return, and it'll bring me back to the landscape for Emily, and you'll see that it is green. Another interesting feature, which is the review feature. So I'm going to open up the use partial products, and I think I am pretty confident in what that means and what that looks like. So I'm just going to put a picture in here of the partial products being used. But let's say I really want someone to look it over for me, perhaps a colleague or my math coach or even the principal. I'm going to click on Review. It turns yellow, and I go back to the landscape. You can see they're using partial products as yellow. And this is a good signal and reminder to me that I want to go over this with someone. So after school or the next day, I can meet with the math coach or my colleague, go over it, make any changes if I need to. And once I'm confident it's how I want it to be, I can hit complete. And back in the landscape, it is now green. Those are just some of the featured highlights that will help you guide your students through the learning journey on the landscapes. You'll learn more from exploring the app yourself and from using just some clicks and some pics. Have fun exploring new perspectives on assessment.